Welcome to Selena Yoga Jams. I'm Selena. In today's practice, we're using blocks quite a bit, but if you don't have a block, you could use a blanket or nothing and you'll be fine too. But if you have blocks or a stiff blanket, that would be helpful. So we're opening our hearts, opening the shoulders, doing all of that great stuff. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing. Take care. We're going to start lying down on blocks, if that's okay. So one behind the heart like this. So if it's behind me, it's like this. And then the other one under the head. I think we've done this before. So you set it up. And again, if the blocks aren't comfortable, you could use a blanket, just something to give you like a little lift behind the heart. So we'll do all of our centering and our settling in here. So even in this position, we can sigh a few times. Just settling our weight into the earth, into the blocks. I like to imagine the heart itself, the heart muscle, like getting heavy. I like to watch the sensation of breath against the block. You know, it's really interesting about, I think 60% of our breathing power, it comes from the back of the lungs. So let's settle. Let the whole body breathe. And as always, if there's any like little micro movements your body wants to do, let it happen. If there's any little adjustments that would make you feel more comfortable, go for it. Might be interesting to very, very subtly kind of rock on the block behind the heart. As long as whatever we're doing is in a super relaxed way. Speaking of which, let's relax the neck, the cheeks, the jaw. You can even open, close the mouth a few times. Move the lower jaw side to side. You can yawn or fake a yawn. It's a nice way to relax the nervous system. And then same thing with the head. We could maybe do very, very subtle side to side movements, just kind of very gently rocking the back of the head into the block. The back of the heart center into the block. Take a little longer here. Let's check in with the thighs, the legs. See if they can relax a little more. Check in with the arms and the hands. And then let's just watch the breath. Just kind of rest on the waves of the breath. each exhalation, letting ourselves drop into the blocks, into the earth a little more. Allowing ourselves to trust the support of the blocks, the support of the earth. About 5 to 10 more breaths. Gently watching the breath, maybe imagining the whole body breathing. Notice if there's anything else that can be relaxed, softened. It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be emotional. Just kind of looking for what we can let go right here and right now. Anytime I get a little panicky about letting go, I just remind myself I can pick up whatever I want later on. But for now, I can let everything go. Worry, stress, tension, whatever. Okay, keeping this relaxed state, we'll very gently add movement. So as always, doing it with the breath. This first one, it'll be almost like a breathing exercise. So we can slide the arms closer to the body. We can inhale, let the arms float up. They could come up shoulder level or behind the head. Kind of follow your inhale. So as high as your inhale goes, that's how as high as the arms go. And then we exhale, bring them down. So we're not too worried about form or shape. We're just letting the breath float the arms up and down. So you move in whatever way feels good for you. Just a few more. next inhalation, let's bring the arms up shoulder level, so just straight up. Take 2 or 3 breaths here. And now with the inhalation, let's bend the elbows, bring the arms out to the sides, kind of like those cactus arms. And then we'll exhale, bring the arms back up. So we inhale, open. Exhale, come back up. So you play with the movement any way you want, just inhaling, finding that opening. Exhaling, coming back to another 2 or 3. You can play with the angles of the elbows. Of course, all of our bodies are different. We all hold tension in different places. We have tightness in different spots. So that's why I really like intuitive movements like this, because we can really give ourselves whatever it is we need. So let yourself be creative. Let yourself get into your own flow. And if ever your flow is telling you to do something completely different from me, definitely do that. Okay, 2 more for real. All right. So we'll bring the arms up, bend the elbows, catch onto the elbows. So hold on to the elbows. We'll inhale here. Exhale, move the arms towards the head. Hopefully your hair won't get in the way. And we'll just keep doing that movement where we inhale, elbows up to the sky. Exhale, back towards the head. Just as far as it's comfortable, because we can go a little deeper since the head's off the floor. So go with your breath, inhaling, elbows to the sky, exhaling back. We can always invite the intention to open the heart, to build the lung capacity. To release any mental, emotional heaviness. Okay, the next time the elbows come up to the sky, change the way the arms are crossed. So whatever arm is in the front, just stick it in the back. And then we'll do the exact same thing. Inhale here, exhale back. And of course, just move the arms back as far as it's comfortable. Go with your breath. And respecting where we are, even a subtle change like switching the cross of the arms. Again, whatever side we chose first was probably the more comfortable side. And that's okay. We meet ourselves where we are as we are. You know, maybe both sides are comfortable or uncomfortable. It's all good. Few more. Okay, when you're ready, release the arms and we'll just take another breath or two, relaxing, noticing how we feel. Okay, so we'll very gently come out of the position. So we have two options. We could bend the legs, the feet on the floor, kind of tuck the hands under the pelvis and press straight up. Or we could roll off the blocks to the side and then come up. So kind of feel into whichever one seems more pleasant for today and do that one. And once we're up, let's grab our strap. We're going to keep working with the blocks. Let's sit on the blocks. So I like to put them beside one another. So it's like one block per sit bone. And even if you don't normally use the blocks, let's use them so that we can get a better stretch of the hamstring. Because for sure I can sit quite comfortably on the floor, but I won't get as good a hamstring stretch sitting flat than I will on blocks. So we'll sit on the blocks. You can have the legs extended. Now the first couple breaths, let's just feel our sit bones. So kind of like we did when we were lying down, we can shift side to side. We can shift forward, back. Okay, so let's see if we can find the tops of the sit bones, like we're sitting on the very tips of the sit bones. I didn't mention it, but pull the toes towards you. Okay, once we find the tops of the sit bones, let's see if those shoulders can come down, down, down. Let's massage the base of the skull, mimic that lift. We can do the same thing, crown of the head, do little circles. And then we'll just switch hands to keep it even. Okay, we can take the hands away, drop the shoulders, just 2 or 3 breaths. This is called staff pose. So even though it doesn't look like much, very powerful, we can think of it as a way to direct our energy. Okay, before we get into forward bends, let's work the legs a little more. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Anywhere that's comfortable. It could be close to the blocks, far away, doesn't really matter. And we can just very gently up and down the legs. We can always do it with a breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Wherever we are, let's try to stay on the top of the sit bones. Keep the length in the spine. Oh, and you don't have to do it at the same time. You could go alternate, like one side up, other side. It doesn't matter. Just loosen up through the hips. Another 2 or 3 breaths. We can start to imagine breathing with the hips. So of course we know the breath is just in the lungs, but we can visualize the breath going all the way down into the pelvis. Okay, we'll come back to center. Next leg position, let's extend the legs out to the sides. So same thing, we pull the toes towards us. We can take a moment to shift forward and back on the sit bones. Relax those shoulders. Imagine the upward pulls through the base of the skull and the crown of the head. This rocking movement is also really nice for the low back. Okay, and then again, we look for the tip of the sit bones. Let me see if we can relax the shoulders a little more. And let's very gently get into the neck and the spine. So it won't look like much, but we'll feel what's happening. We'll just turn the head side to side. You can breathe through it any way you like. As always, let your body respond to the movement in whatever way it wants to. We'll keep the face relaxed. Remember our inner smiles. Okay, we'll come back to center. So we'll keep the same concept, but we'll make it bigger. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale to one side. If the back hand doesn't reach the floor because of the blocks, you can put the hand on the sacrum, but we'll just flow breath by breath. So we inhale in the middle. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, arms out to the sides. So we'll start to get into the sides body, but very gently because this leg position is a little demanding. So we inhale, lengthen. We exhale, one hand, one leg. Maybe a slide, maybe just a tilt. So you feel into whatever's comfortable and you know what to do. We inhale, center. Exhale, over. So you let your breath move your body. You know, sometimes we get to a little spot where we want to work it out. You can always take an extra breath, hang out there. We make it our own. Couple more. Okay, we can inhale back to center. Exhale, release. Let's bring the legs back together. And now we can grab our strap. So we can put the strap around the feet. You can always bend the knees to get the strap on and then stretch the legs out. So again, we want to find the top of the sit bones. So the most important thing is we keep the length in the lower back. We don't want to let the lower back round at all. So this might be the extent of the forward bend. So no forcing. We'll go breath by breath. So we'll inhale, lengthen through the spine, up through the crown. And then we exhale, maybe a really subtle tilt, like the belly is going towards the thighs. So we'll just take 5 breaths. Whatever it is perfect for today. So of course this stretch is really good for the hamstrings, but another thing it's really good for is opening the back. So we can imagine breathing with the whole back. 2 more. Okay, keep the legs as they are, come up. So even though we're going to take the strap away, we keep the engagement in the legs. So twists again, but this time with a breathing exercise. So if the breathing pattern doesn't work for you, you just forget it, don't worry about it. Okay, so one hand outside one leg if it reaches, the other hand on the sacrum. Inhale. Now exhale everything, squeeze all the breath out. Hold the breath out, hold the belly button in, and then holding the breath out, switch sides. When you get to the other side, inhale. Exhale, squeeze it all out, squeeze the navel point in. Hold the breath out and switch sides. So we switch sides while we're holding the breath out. Go at your own pace. Okay, we'll come back to center. Come into any comfortable seated position. So it could be the ankles in front. So we're going to do those twists again, but I just want to do Kapalabhati first so we can kind of get into the navel point a bit more. So Kapalabhati, it's good for the lungs, it's good for the heart, digestion, and it's also called skull cleansing breath. So we're really cleaning the mind, cleaning the brain. So how it works, when we exhale with a bit of strength by pumping the navel point in. When we inhale, we just relax the belly. So I'll do it a few times so you can see. So the exhales, I'm pulling in, I'm pumping in. The inhales, I'm just relaxing my belly, and then the breath naturally comes in. So let's try it together. We'll try for about like 20, but only do as many as is comfortable, and we'll do 3 rounds kind of building up. Okay, so we'll exhale everything. Inhale halfway and begin. So focus on the exhales. Exhale everything, squeeze the breath out. Take a big inhalation and we'll hold just for 2 or 3 seconds. Exhale, relax, notice how you feel. And we'll go into our next round so we can exhale everything. Inhale halfway and begin. Focus on the navel point pumping. Exhale everything. Big inhale and gently suspend the breath just for a second or 2. Exhale if you're still holding. Relax. Notice how you feel. And we'll do one more round. So let's exhale completely. Inhale halfway. And begin. Exhale everything. Inhale fully, gently suspend. Exhale and relax. Notice how you feel. Okay, so we'll do those twists where we twist holding the breath one more time. And we can choose our leg position. So you could do it with the legs like this. You could do it in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. You could do it with the legs extended, whatever you want. You could even sit in Virasana with the legs bended back. So you pick your seated position. You could have both legs extended forward, whatever you want. Pick a seated position, find the tops of the sit bones. Start the twist. Inhale fully. Exhale everything. Squeeze the breath out, squeeze the belly button in. Hold the breath out, switch sides. So go at your own pace. Can be a little awkward, but it's really good for the digestive system and just massaging the internal organs. Okay, once you're happy with the twist, come back to center. And again, just take a moment to notice how you feel. Relaxing into whatever's present for you. And when you feel ready, we'll come onto all fours. And we'll keep playing with the blocks. Why not? It's a blocks class. So first, do a little test. Make sure your block can grip onto your mat. So if your block's on your mat, you can push it and it's not going anywhere. If your block doesn't have this grippiness on the mat, you could either use a wall and have the blocks against the wall, or just forget the blocks. So basically we're doing down dog with the hands on the blocks. But if you don't feel secure that your block is going to stay on your mat, forget the blocks, do a regular down dog. So do your test. Place the blocks shoulder width apart. So if it works with the blocks, hands on the blocks. If it doesn't work with the blocks, regular down dog. You know what to do. Come into down dog. When we have the blocks, it helps us work the shoulders and open the chest a little more. So as usual, let's take the first few breaths, walk the feet, shift around, move in any way that feels good. Maybe sigh. Okay, now we'll do a very gentle core movement. As we inhale, let's lower the knees towards the mat, like we're coming into all fours. And then as we exhale, come back into down dog. So go with your breath. We inhale, bend, like we're coming down to all fours. Exhale, back to down dog. So get into your own flow. Another 2 or 3 as long as it's okay. Okay, the next time we come to down dog, let's stay in down dog. And then we'll just walk the feet towards the hands. So for sure, keep a bend in the knees. Make sure the lower back is nice and long. Let's just hang out and relax for the first couple of breaths. So it's like the thighs are making like a platter for the belly. Let the head get heavy. Okay, so we'll get ready to roll up. If the strap is close to you, take it with you so you don't have to go down again. If not, don't worry, you'll get it once we come up. So we can put the hands on the hips. Inhale, come up. So we'll just do a couple of balance things. So usually I do these with the knee bend, which is fine. We can keep going with the knee bend. So basically we're just going to lift one leg forward and then out to the side. So we could do it with a knee bend, forget the strap, or we could loop the strap around the foot and try with a straighter leg. So it's up to you how you want to do it for today. First thing first, let's just feel out the feet. So we can maybe shift forward, back, side to side. Maybe like a circular movement. Find something to relax, maybe the cheeks, we could a little smile come. If you're circling, do the other direction. Shoulders. So look for a spot where the weight feels distributed between the front of the foot and the back of the foot. Before we get into the balance, grab the strap, or if you don't have the strap, you just use your arms. So we'll just hold it at a long point. Inhale up. Exhale forward. So go with your breath. Say 2 more. Okay. So now let's move our awareness back into the legs and just kind of feel out which leg we want to stand on first. Oh, by the way, if you want to be close to a wall or have a chair nearby so you have more support, like definitely do that. Okay, so feel into which leg you want to stand on first. And then when you're ready, lift the other leg. So we could even start with just the knee or the toes down. Feel out how stable it is for today. If you want to use a strap, you use it like a loop under the ball mount. So just play around for the first few breaths, getting comfortable, balancing on the one foot. And if you're using the strap, kind of getting comfortable having the foot in the strap because it can be a bit awkward. You can move the leg any way that feels good. We'll take 2 more breaths, just kind of fooling around. Okay, so now we'll work to a leg extension. So we straighten the leg as much as comfortable and lift it as much as comfortable. No forcing. Let's take it easy on ourselves. Another 2 breaths. And then we can see about opening up the leg. So we hold the strap in one hand, the same arm as the leg that's up. The other arm can be balanced. And remember, we can totally keep it low, or it could be higher, or you could switch to bent knee, which is definitely easier because it's a better grip. It's a more natural grip than the strap. Okay, so just play with wherever you are. Another 2 or 3 breaths. Okay, come back to center. Give yourself a little shake. Okay, that same leg that was up, let's do a quick little dancer. So we'll bend, see if we can catch the foot. Again, you can use a strap if you can't comfortably catch the foot. Start the knees together, 2 or 3 breaths. Find the upward pulls. And then only if it feels good for today, we could kind of push the foot into the hand, bring the other arm up, and do a little tilt. Balance changes day to day, so we don't worry about it. 2 more breaths. And come out, shake it out. If you need to do a little toe stretch, go ahead. Little ankle rotations. Maybe a little spreading and scrunching the toes. All right, so we come back into our mountain. So now we know which leg we're standing on, but we still want to take the time to get into it. Okay, we can start to pick up the other foot. If we're using the strap, we'll put the foot in the strap. And we take some time to just get comfortable with this concept. So just playing around, you can move the leg however you want. You can trade hands, you could have both hands. Move back, forward, whatever, just play around. Check the shoulders, see if they can relax. See what we can soften. Okay, then as it feels good, we can start to lift the leg up. If you have the flexibility and you can grab the foot instead of the strap, of course, that's an option. And if you want the knee bent instead, that's fine too. 2 more breaths. And then we take the strap in the same hand as the leg that's up, and we see about opening up. So you can stay low, or it can be high. If you want to switch to bent knee, of course, feel free. Two more. Okay, we release. Give ourselves a little shake. We can ditch the strap. And do a little dancer on the other side. Well, it's the same side. So the same leg that was up. We bend, catch with the foot or the strap. The other arm can come up. Start the knees together. Take a few breaths here. And then if it feels good for today, we add a little tilt or a big tilt. But keep the heart lifting. The standing leg, you can definitely bend the knee. Another breath or two. And when you're ready, release, shake it out. Okay, one last thing before we come back down to the mat. Let's just do some gentle twists. So we'll bring the hands into prayer, kind of starting at the bottom, flipping up at the heart. Inhale up. Go into a little twist, sweep the arms down, come back to center. Start your prayer pointing down. Flip up, inhale, other side. So we exhale as we sweep down, and then we just flow through it. You maybe think about feeling the space around the body. Kind of clearing that space, claiming that space. Honoring that space. Find what feels good. A few more. Okay, we'll come back to center. Take a breath or two. All right, we'll come back down. So if you still have your blocks in the down dog position, we can go ahead and use them. We'll inhale, open up. Exhale, fold. We can place the hands on the blocks, step back to a plank. And from here, we can do an up dog. So we can lower the pelvis, lift up through the heart, lift up through the crown, only if it feels okay. 2 breaths. With the exhale, come back to down dog. It's our last one, so enjoy it. About 5. And with the exhale, we lower the knees. We can move the blocks aside and come onto the back. So we'll do our twists and then Shavasana, pretty much. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do one more thing with the block. Keep one block close by. I'll put it on the side so it doesn't block me. So we'll do, it's like legs up the wall, but we're not using the wall. So you could do this without the block. Basically, we'll be lying down with the legs up. If it's not comfortable, the legs straight, knees bent up to the sky. If it works using the block, we lift the pelvis, slide the block under. It could be at the lowest position or medium or higher if you want. But make sure it's comfortable because we're using this to help us settle into the relaxation. So we feel the block underneath the sacrum. Lift the legs either bent or straight. 10 breaths. Inviting relaxation. Let the sacrum be heavy into the block or the earth. 5 more. Let's notice if we can feel the backs of the hearts melting into the floor at the same time. Feel the back of the head, let it be heavy. Okay, when you feel ready to come out of it, feet come down to the floor. Take 2 or 3 breaths before lifting up. And then gently lift the pelvis, pull the block away. Go into any version of twists that you like. So it could even be the feet on the floor, windshield wipering. It could be knees to chest. It could be knees to chest, legs together, or legs apart. Whatever. And once you're happy with your twists, come into Shavasana. And let's let everything go. Okay, when you're ready, start to gently wake the body mind. Wiggling the fingers, toes, we can turn ankles, wrists. When it feels right, give ourselves a nice full body stretch. And once you're nice and stretched, knees to chest, roll to the side. Take a breath or two on the side. And then using the strength of the arms, come up into any comfortable seated position. And we'll close our practice with a heart hug. So take your right hand underneath your left armpit, so it's next to your heart. Your left hand on the upper right arm. Relax the shoulders, relax into the earth. Let's see if we can feel the heartbeat. And maybe we can take this moment to give ourselves whatever it is we may need. Maybe reassurance, encouragement, gratitude, appreciation. And we'll close our practice by chanting Om in this position. So maybe we can feel the vibrations a little more. So exhale everything. Inhale to chant. With gratitude and appreciation, we honor the light, the love, the wisdom within ourselves, within each other, and within all. Namaste.